All right, let's get this review done. So it says write the congruent statement for the following congruent triangles. So it's very important that you remember order matters. All right, so what does BCA match with right here? So from B to C to A, this has been reflected, right? The right angle, two arcs, one arc, right angle, two arcs, one arc, EFD. Okay, order matters so much. Okay, cool. Number two, now even if you don't have a picture, once again, remember that order matters. Cool. So KL, this would match third, second, EF. All right. Okay, angle F, the middle letter has to match the middle letter, angle L. DF, so that's the first two letters, has to match the first two letters, JL, segment JL. Angle K, the last letter has to match the last letter E, angle E. Cool. All right, for these questions, we want to write the triangle congruence shortcut, one of those five, that can be used to prove the triangles are congruent. Then complete the congruent statement. If the triangles cannot be proven congruent, choose none. All right, so number three, now look, you see an X, okay, you got to label these vertical angles. Okay, now looking at it, it looks like side, side angle. Okay, it looks like SSA, but we don't write SSA. If it's right, so the question is, do you see a right angle there? And I do. That means it is HL. Cool. So again, it looks like angle side side, but we do not write ASS. Only if it's a right triangle can we write it as HL. Okay. And let's match this up. ABC, okay, is again rotated to make EDC. Cool. So again, when you see it like this, it's been rotated. Okay, number four. I see side, side, side. Tick mark, tick mark, tick mark is SSS. Side, side, side. Okay, now F to G to H goes across the one arc through the two arc. It's going to have to match I, J, K. F to G to H, I to J to K. Well, that means none of these are right. It's I, J, K. All right. Whoops, that was a typo. All right, and then number five, when they're touching like this, you got to put tick marks. Again, these are called, what do you call them? These sides are, it's reflexive, and they're adjacent sides. Okay, they're actually sharing the same exact side. Now, if I go along the edge, I can see I have side, angle, side, side, angle, side on both triangles. SAS. And let's see, LNM rotated down here is going to be OMN. Cool. So again, rotated, rotated. All right. We got to label stuff on these next ones, 6 through 9. So it says 1 and 2 are right angles. Let's go ahead and put that. that. Now it says x is the midpoint of AY. So x is the midpoint. That means that this is a tick and this is a tick. Midpoint cuts it in half. The halves are the same. It says bx and zy are congruent. So b to x, put 2 ticks. Z to y, put 2 ticks. All right, so the first blank is what are the two triangles? So ABX matches XZY by what? Well, BX, if I follow the edge, it's side, right angle, side. That's side, angle, side. Cool. All right, number 7. These are touching, so put a tick mark there. It says G and H are congruent. And then GKL is right here. Matches HKL, HKL, right here. All right, so the triangle KGL flips over and makes it KHL by what? Well, if I go on the edge, I got angle, angle, then a side. The side is not in between the angles, so it's angle, angle, side. Number 8, okay, A and D are congruent, arc, arc. B and E are congruent, and then AB and DE. AB, DE, all right. ACB matches DFE. Okay, they're just shifted over, so it's in the same exact order. Order matters. And if I fall on the edge, I have an angle, and then a side, and then an angle. Angle, side, angle. Angle, side, angle. All right, number 9, they're touching. Put a tick mark there. It says UV is congruent to XW, UV, XW, and UW. All right, UW, XV. So if I look at it, all the way around is side, 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 right? Side, side, side. XVW has been rotated, so it's going to be UWV. All right, number 10. If you know that TS and UR are perpendicular, TS and UR are perpendicular, you can put 90 and 90. Now, we already knew that they were congruent because they're vertical angles, but now we know they're specifically 90 degrees. Okay. M is the midpoint of TS. So M midpoints TS, so that means TM and MS are congruent. And then it says TU is congruent to SR. TU, SR. All right, well, let's go along the edge. We got an angle, side, side. So before you write angle, side, side, or side, side, angle, remember, you can't do that. But if it's right, is it right? Yep, that makes it HL. Side, side, angle, angle, side, side. Only if it's right, call it HL. Cool. Number 11, which of the following theorem proves KLM? NLM. All right, well, they're touching, so let's put ticks. And what is it? Side, angle, side. Tick, arc, tick. Side, angle, side. All right, 12, what information is needed to prove DAE is congruent to CBE? Okay, so I only have 2 things out of these 2 triangles, like the triangle and this triangle. They only have 2 sides, so I need one more thing. Now, if they tell us ADE, this angle, and BCE, are congruent, like if we had this and this, that would be congruent, but it wouldn't be side, side, side. So I don't want those angles. No. This is side angle side. If it says AD, BC, and AP are perpendicular segments, well, if these are perpendicular, that would be HL, angle side side, but HL is not side, side, side again. I don't want that. I don't want that. Then this is point E is a midpoint of AB. Well, if E's right in the middle of A and B, well, that would give me two congruent sides. And now you can see it's side, side, side. That's what I wanted. Oops. Yep. So it's C. Good job. Which triangle's angle, angle, side? Well, I'm looking at this. I got an angle, angle, and a side. Angle, angle, sorry, angle, angle, then a side. Okay, so I need these two triangles. This one, and then this one. Okay, now this first one says CED. CED, okay, that's good. AFB, that one looks good. Now ACD, that looks like the big triangle. A to C to D, that's not the right triangle. AED, AED is this other little triangle. We don't know anything about that. It's got to be A. All right, 14. Well, which conjecture helps determine that the triangle is lower congruent? Well, got arctic arcs, which is angle side angle. Whew. All right, 15. All right, first of all, if I see two angles, I know to add them up. And then subtract that from 180 minus 108. So we get 72 here. Cool. Let's match it up on the other side. So first letter is A, first letter is P. So if A is 47, P is 47. Middle letter is B, middle letter is Q. So if B is 72, Q is 72, that's going to end up being our answer. And then C and R, 61, 61. So Q, we already have label here, is 72 degrees. 16. Which pair of triangles has enough information? Now this one is ASA, but this one is AS or SSA. Those don't even match. C, side, angle, side, side, or side, angle. Again, they don't match. B, it looks like HL, but it's angle, side, nothing. This is none. So yeah, none of these are congruent. All right, last one. If ANT matches ANS, if they're congruent, to prove it, what do I need to use? Well, again, there's a tick mark right here, and it looks like angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. Cool. That's it for our review. Your test is going to be very similar to that, so make sure you finish the review, bring it tomorrow.